Howdy, it's your bud Stalkaz. In today's video, I'm going to do a tier list ranking the original Donkey Kong Country Trilogy levels. But before we continue, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell icon to get notified. So, Donkey Kong Country Trilogy, the games came out in the mid-90s for SNES, Super Nintendo Entertainment System, and lo and behold, I have all three games. Ta-da! So, first we have Donkey Kong Country. We have Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest, and Donkey Kong Country 3, Dixie's Double Trouble. So the main characters are the Kongs, the clan or family of apes and monkeys, and so Donkey Kong's the main character, as the name suggests. And then in the first game, King K. Rool, who's the king of the Kremlins, which are the mean, evil, bad reptilian crocodile creatures. They steal Donkey Kong's bananas, and he has to go over to King K. Rool and take them back, basically, on Kong Island. And then in the sequel, Country 2, this is like a pirate theme, so it takes place on both a ship and also on Crocodile Island, which is where the Kremlins are from. And so Diddy has to rescue Donkey Kong from being kidnapped. How that happened, I have no idea. And then so he takes along his girlfriend Dixie to help him on his adventures. And then finally in Donkey Kong Country 3, Dixie's Double Trouble, spoiler and then spoiler alert. So basically, both Donkey and Diddy get quote unquote kidnapped. I say quote because you'll see if you play the game, you know. And so Dixie, along with another family member, Kiddy Kong, go along and basically quote unquote rescue them. And you know, if you play the game, you understand what the quotes are for. So anyway, without further ado, let's delve into it. All right, just like with any other tier list, we have S for superb, and then that's like the top of the top. And then A is it's pretty darn good, B is it's all right, nothing to write home about, but it's pretty good. And then we have C, which is kind of meh, kind of mid tier. We have D, which is not a huge fan. You know, don't really like it too much. And the F's like, I hate this freaking level. I wish I could just bypass around it. And then so there's, it's gonna be subjective, of course. So the criteria I'm gonna use is the overall design of the level, like the aesthetic, the atmosphere of it. Basically, also like the playability. Is it difficult? Is it easy? Like kind of like the music, that sort of thing. So I think the games are far ahead of times as far as graphics and music and everything's concerned. These games are platformers, by the way, so it's that genre of game. So all right, let's get to it. So the first up, we have Jungle Hijinks. Very first level, the very first game, where Donkey Kong discovers his banana hoard is completely empty. The Kremlins have stolen his bananas, those dang rascals. So it's a nice introductory level. It takes place in the jungle. Love the music, love the graphics. Easy to playability. I'll give it an A because I really like the level. Next up is Ropey Rampage. This takes place in the same jungle. It starts raining, there's storms, there's torrential downpours. You have to hop from rope to rope, swinging like Tarzan. Not a huge fan of this level, but it's okay. Next up, Reptile Rumble. This takes place in a cave. I love caves. I love the aesthetic. Like, you hear the dripping water in the background. You deal with like the snakes, the slither, I think they're called, the snakes, and I love the music, so I'll give it A tier. Coral Capers, as the name suggests, takes place in a coral reef. It's a water level. Not a huge fan of water levels overall, both in the Mario games and also in this game. But yeah, so you encounter a whole bunch of aquatic enemies, and however, you get to ride and guard the swordfish, one of the many animal buddies that help you. And so you can defeat the enemies that way. I love the music. But overall, I'm not a huge fan of water levels, so I'll just give it a B tier. Barrel Cannon Canyon. I love the alliteration and like the puns and all that. So this takes place in the same jungle. And then you use these called barrel cannons to shoot out and propel you in certain areas. And there's different functions of the barrels. They have to like kind of like aim it right and all that. This level gets kind of tedious at times, so I'll give it a B because it gets tricky. Next up is Winky's Winky's Walkway. This takes place in the mines, in the mine area. I love mines. I like that aesthetic. And so you hop from like platform to platform on wooden planks, so there's no solid ground below, so it's a little tricky. But I like it. I'll give it an A. Minecart Carnage. This takes place, and this kind of reminds me of in the second Indiana Jones movie, the Temple of Doom. At the end, of course, they're riding the minecart chase. I was thinking that would be a cool idea for a video game. So lo and behold, here we go. They're riding minecarts, and you hop from track to track because it's not solid the whole way through. I'll give it an A. I'll give it an S because it's really exhilarating and fun. And then we have Bouncy Bonanza, another part of it's like a cave with like tires that you jump on, kind of trampolines. It's all right. I'll just give it a B because I'm not super excited about the level, but it's a cave and caves are cool. Stop and Go Station. This is another mine level. This gets really tricky. It's just a one only level with the rock crocs, which basically are synchronized with the barrels. So like it defaults to go, which is green, just like driving, and you run around like in every which way, and then you have to deactivate it by hitting the stop barrel. The go barrel turns into stop when you hit it, and it turns into a red light, and they all like kind of go dormant and hibernate, and that's how you creep by them because you can't defeat them at all, and you just sneak by them using the stop barrels. It gets tedious, it's tricky. B. Millstone Mayhem. Kind of reminds me of the Jungle Book or like Incan ruins. They have millstones of like the beavers, the naughty beavers, or running into millstone. Don't touch the millstone because you will immediately RIP. I'm not a huge fan. Not a huge fan. It's not terrible, but I'm not a huge fan of it either. So I'll give it a C. All right, Vulture Culture. The next world is kind of like a boreal forest, like a evergreen forest. You have the birds, Neki and Mini Neki who throw the coconuts at you. Yeah. I'll give it a B tier because I'm kind of meh about it. Next up, we have Treetop Tower. It's just like a tree village, kind of like from Return of the Jedi for the Star Wars original trilogy with the Ewoks. They have their tree houses. It's really cool aesthetic. I love the music. It's like a nice jazzy kind of blues boogie, and it's really cool. I like it. I'm gonna give it S. That's not Forest Frenzy, similar to the Vulture Culture. It's a little more tedious because there's more like kind of flocks of birds that kind of attack you, and you have to like jump from rope to rope. It gets tedious. I'll give it a B. All right, Temple Tempest. Now, similar to the Millstone Mayhem, the beavers actually chase after you. I hate it. I'll give it a D. I mean, I don't hate it. It's just it's a pain. It's a pain. So I'll give it a D tier. All right, Orangutan Gang. This has the Mangy Kong, Mangy. I keep mispronouncing it. Mangy Kong. It's like the evil Kong that like pulls up on the barrels and throws them at you. It's a jungle level, but like it's also long. It's kind of long. It's a long level, so I'll give it a C. Clam City takes place underwater, another water level. You have Clamo who throws or spits out pearls at you. It's like, oh, throw pearls my way, please. Right? Anyway, overall, I'm not a huge fan of water levels. I'll give it a C. All right, next up we have like step into Siberia with the wood tree forest. I'm not a huge fan of winter, but I'll try to put that aside. I love the aesthetic. I love the realism, and I love the music. It starts out calm, and it gets like the snow gets heavier and heavier, and by the end, it's like a full blown blizzard. I'll give it a C. I think that's fair. And we have next up Slipside Ride, which takes place inside an ice cavern with crystals. It's really beautiful. And then you have like the Kremlins creeping around and all that. I'll give that a B. And then we have what do we have here? Ice Age Alley, similar to the first snow level. The snow starts out heavy again because it's in chronology, and then it lightens up over time. So I'll just give the same tier as the other snow level. And then we have Croctopus Chase. Croctopus are the enemies they're octopuses that like chase after you. They roll around and chase after you. It's a pain. The level's a pain. Not a huge fan of water levels. I'll give it a D. And the graphics are, I don't know. I'll give it a D. All right, next up we have Torchlight Trouble, another mine level. This time we get to beat Squawks the Parrot, who carries around a light to help light the cave. Otherwise, it'll be completely pitch black. Yeah. I'll give it an A, because why not? Yeah. Alright, next up we have Rope Bridge Rumble, another treehouse level. I hesitate because that would be too lenient with like my ratings, but as a just to be out of consistency's sake, I'll give it another A because I like the treehouse levels. And next up we have Oil Drum Alley. It takes place in an industrial region with a factory. Really cool graphics. I love the concept. I love the music. Not my favorite level of all time, so I'll give it an A. Trick Track Trek. This is one of the industrial levels where you ride like a conveyor belt, like a metal plank, and you hop from plank to plank. It's pretty fun. It's so I'll give it an A. And next up we have Elevator Antics, another mine level. This kind of has like big bins of coal, got shades of Centralia. If you see my video on that, anyway. Yeah, it's I'll give it an A. I like the mine and cave levels. Why not? And then we have Poison Pond. This gets an F, easy F. I understand that the concept, it's an industrial area, it's polluted water, but it's ugly. I don't really like water levels. It's a long, challenging level. I'm just glad when it's over. And then we have Minecart Madness, similar to the other Minecart Carnage. This time you hop from cart to cart instead of riding the same one. It's another Minecart level. S tier. And then we have Blackout Basement. Say that 3 times fast. Where instead of like stop and go station. No, excuse me. At Blackout Basement, what you do is it's another like factory level, but the lights keep flickering on and off, so it gets a little tedious at times. Because of that annoyance, I'll give it an A. Otherwise, it would have been an S. Tanked Up Trouble. This one's similar to the other game with the conveyor belt, except like there's lights that show like the depletion of fuel, so you have to constantly refuel it in order to continue. It can get tedious at times, so I'll give it a C. And now we have Manic Mincers. There's like spinning tires with spikes. It's a cave level, but like industrial stuff again. I'll give it a B because I'm kind of meh. And we have Misty Mine on our mine level with, of course, haze and mist, and all that. I'll give it a B. Yeah, it's kind of hard sometimes to quantify these levels. And next up we have Loopy Lights. Oh yeah, this is the one sort of the stop and go station, except with stop and go barrels you have on and off for the lights. Like it defaults to off, and then you have to activate the lights to see where you're going. I mean, if you want to make it a double challenge, you can leave the lights off the whole entire level and try your luck navigating over the pits. But good luck with that. B, just because of the inconvenience of the lights. Next up, we have Platform Perils. This is the last regular level of the game, and you hop on these like aluminum platforms, and then the moment you hop on them, they start falling. Tricky, challenging. Kind of meh about that, so I'll give it a C. Alrighty. So, I think I'll end it right here with just the regular Donkey Kong Country 1 levels. And then the next video, I'll go ahead and do the remainder. I'll see if how far I get through that. Hopefully I can cram Donkey Kong Countries 2 and 3 into the next video. So until then, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. See ya!